where the party's at?
G'day, ZiggyD here, and welcome to my detailed gameplay mechanics overview for Supernova. Supernova is an upcoming free-to-play strategy MOBA set in a futuristic sci-fi universe. This video is a paid promotion for Supernova. As such, it will not be a review or include any of my opinions. Instead, this video will focus on being purely informational. I hope that it's able to give you guys all the information you need to decide whether this is a game that you want to check out or not. Supernova brings real-time strategy back into the MOBA genre by adding in unit building, tech research, and even some unit controls. This means that in addition to controlling your powerful commander, you also have full control over building your lane's army to try and push your way to victory. Most people by now are fairly familiar with the MOBA genre and how it works. Two teams of 5 players face off not only against each other, but also against waves of AI-controlled units. It's a competition to gain an advantage over your opponents so that you can work your way into overwhelming them and destroying their base. Supernova changes up this well-known formula by giving you more control over the war than ever before. While you use your commander to fight enemy units and commanders, you can also add units to your own army to attempt to overpower the enemy team in your lane. You must select your forces carefully, however, as your enemy will try and counter your pushes with their own army. Players must consider the composition of both their own and their opponent's forces when deciding which units to add to their army. Too many strong ground forces may be overwhelmed by air forces, or massive short-range units may be destroyed by siege machines. A balanced force is important, but you also want to try and get some sort of edge over your opponent, so you may need to stack units that can exploit any weaknesses in your opponent's forces. You can also try to use your army to exploit any weaknesses in your enemy commanders as well. If you find yourself facing off against an enemy commander with poor area of effect damage, then you could try to overwhelm them with a massive cheap units that they cannot quickly deal with. Once your army hits the population cap, the game becomes a back and forth of trying to adjust your composition to overcome your enemy.
Our forces have destroyed the enemy's top guard tower.
You can also research upgrades for your units to give them more damage, armor, life, give them regen or other advantages to try and get an edge. Like in many RTSs, economy management is also an important part of Supernova as well. Researching units, training them, and upgrading them all cost resources from your personal pool. You gain resources each wave based on the units you've deployed or by researching economic upgrades. This is heavily reminiscent of the classic tug-of-war custom games like Castle Fight and Nexus Wars from the custom map-making era. Massing cheap, low population cost units early can provide an economic advantage, but it could leave you vulnerable to being easily countered by your opponent's unit composition. Your strategic prowess and how well you manage your unit counters, economy, and build order may be just as important in determining your victory as how well you actually fight with your commander. Supernova is set in an advanced science fiction universe that sees humans in mech suits, cyborgs, and aliens all face off against each other. There are 2 distinct military forces that you can command as well, the humans and the cyborgs. Each has their own set of technologies and units to use in-game, as well as their own progression system outside of matches. Whether you decide to use the high-tech units of the cyborgs or the overwhelming forces of the humans is up to you. Your dedication to your race will also be rewarded with the potential to use more alternative types of units and upgrade technologies. Race selection in Supernova doesn't affect which commanders you can choose, but rather the actual military armies that you take into the game.
Someone say party?
There are also a wide range of commanders available for you to choose to lead your army to victory. You could be a noble reptilian alien, a mech, a cyborg, or bloat. Commanders fulfill many roles on the battlefield, such as tanky brawlers, commander hunting assassins and snipers, and offensive or defensive support casters. Hunting neutral units hidden around the battlefield to power yourself up, setting up ganks on enemy heroes, pushing lanes or supporting your teammates are all roles that you can take depending on your choice of commander and build. Commander customization in Supernova falls into 3 main areas: abilities, passive attributes, and proficiencies. Every level you can spend a point on one of your character's abilities. The first will unlock it for use, and subsequent points will make the ability more powerful.
Looks like I just got promoted.
At level 5, you'll also automatically unlock a powerful ultimate ability. It's also possible to get additional ability points to spend by capturing certain strategic locations guarded by neutral units on the map. Abilities in Supernova can be focused on AoE or single target damage dealing, crowd control, ally support, self-buff, or a range of other helpful things. Many abilities also have a built-in passive effect in addition to their activatable effect. These effects range dramatically between abilities and commanders. For example, Ares the combat support mech has an auto-targeting beam passive on a particle cannon ability that reduces the targeted enemy's armor, while on the other hand, Targon the bull warrior has a passive effect on his ultimate ability that allows him to occasionally shrug off slows and increase his armor when attacked. In Ares' case, her passive is related more closely to her skill, as a particle cannon attack will target the currently laser-marked enemy, while Targon's ultimate passive is more of a general buff to him that improves his ability to tank. The next form of in-game progression, passive attributes, are rewarded for killing enemy units and commanders. These passive attributes allow you to fine-tune how your commander performs in different areas of combat. Want powerful auto attacks? Simply stack weapon damage. Have a lot of flat life regen and want to amplify its effects? Stack armor to lower the amount of damage received. Want to spam your spells to cause carnage across the battlefield? Then maybe you want a mixture of power and cooldown reduction.
Double kill.
As you earn passive attributes, you can also occasionally select or improve one of your character's proficiencies.
See that? Size does matter.
Real mature.
Proficiencies in Supernova take the role of items from other MOBAs and provide a number of buffs to your character along a certain theme. Some will give you a combination of core stats to enhance your raw power, while others might give a unique extra effect like an aura that burns enemies with void damage around your character. Each rank in a proficiency also allows you to further increase a related attribute further than its natural cap. For example, the Melee Warrior Raptors has a low natural armor attribute cap of 2, meaning that he's quite squishy in combat. However, you can take the Burning Armor proficiency, which allows you to increase it all the way to 6. And this is in addition to the Burning Aura and other bonuses the proficiency offers.
Enemy taken out.
There are a wide range of proficiencies available to all commanders, but the game will also suggest those that are most likely to be helpful to your commander's role. However, if you have a creative build idea, then you can easily select a proficiency that would normally be used by another commander. Through the combination of abilities, attributes, and proficiencies, you can enhance your commander's performance in their designed role, help them fill other roles, or cleverly counter the builds and tactics of your opponents. You may recall that I earlier mentioned the idea that you could perhaps overwhelm a commander with poor AoE by massing many weaker units against them. Well, a clever commander could use a proficiency such as Burning Armor to easily counter such a plan, covering their weakness and forcing the enemy commander to invest in refitting his army to cope. Meanwhile, you get to revel in the smell of smouldering enemy soldiers and shattered dreams. There is another form of commander customization that I've not yet covered that plays more into the RTS side of the game, tactical abilities. Each commander has 4 extra tactical abilities in addition to their core abilities. 3 of these tactical abilities they may select before the battle. The 4th ability is a recon ability or sight ward that can be placed to keep vision of an area for a short time. The other 3 abilities are selected in the match lobby and are a mixture of support, utility, and lane pushing damage skills. You can take tactical abilities such as a devastating mini nuclear bomb to clear a wave of units, or you could take a healing robot to heal allied units and commanders. You could work together with your team in the lobby to devise a strategy for which complementing tactical abilities to take, or you can select abilities that'll mesh well with your planned build. The really unique tactical abilities that Supernova features, though, are actually unit command abilities. These unit command tactical abilities allow you to issue an order to your units to have them do things such as hold their ground to group up for a big push, or you can even direct them to attack an enemy commander, overriding their natural AI.
So the big boy's coming!
Oh yeah, big boys are coming with the beer.
Beers. Now you're talking.
Outside of matches, there is a lot of customization to be done as well. As you progress your race, you can also unlock alternative unit types to take into battle with you, allowing you to further customize your force. Each different unit type will have its own stats and mechanics, as well as its own list of units that it counters, and of course units that will counter it as well. You may even incorporate more utility-oriented units into your army, like for example engineers that repair your damaged structures. This means that the more you play Supernova, the more interesting battles will get, as you and your opponents bring a greater variety of units into each match. In addition to selecting which units you take into battle with you, you can also outfit each of your unit types with different unit techs that you can purchase with credits earned through matches. These unit technologies provide a boost to the base stats or effectiveness of each unit type and allow for an added extra layer of customization to your forces. For example, you might choose to armor up your frontline units to allow your squishy siege machines more time to work. Augmentations are craftable boosts that allow you to enhance all of your commanders. These items are actually crafted using materials that drop at the end of each match. These augmentations can provide minor boosts to your core stats, or even add extra passive abilities to your commander. For example, an automatic heal that kicks in when your commander's health drops below 30%. You could craft and use a mix of generally useful augmentations that will work well on any commander, or you could really hone in on a set of augmentations that mesh well with a particular build on a particular commander that you enjoy playing. You can also use the loadout system to create a couple of different setups for different commander types. Supernova is free to play and features a rotation of free trial heroes each week for players to use at no cost. You can choose to unlock heroes you like for permanent use using either credits earned through playing matches or through Platinum, which is a premium currency available in the game's real money store. The game's store features a mixture of cosmetics and customization options for your commanders and unit forces. Alternate art skins for your commanders and army can be purchased for Platinum premium currency. These have no impact on gameplay but allow you to improve your IRL swag levels. Some alternative unit types can also be purchased for either in-game credits or premium Platinum to further customize your army. Unit technologies used to buff your units are only available through in-game credits, and so must be earned only through gameplay. There are also a few other convenience purchases available, such as additional loadout options for augmentations. It should be noted that at the time of recording, Supernova is still in beta, and many things are not final, including the setup of the game's monetization. In its current state, however, the cash shop is set up so that anything that provides in-game advantage can be purchased with credits earned through gameplay, and only cosmetic items are available for premium currency Platinum alone. Supernova is being aimed at the medium to hardcore players of both MOBAs and the classic tug-of-war style games from the War 3 and SC2 custom games scene. It may also be of interest to MOBA fans looking to see a game that incorporates more elements of the RTS genre which birthed the MOBA genre. And finally, it may also be worth checking out if you're just looking for a sci-fi MOBA. If this video has piqued your interest and you'd like to sign up for the Supernova beta, then you can check out the link in the description below. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this detailed look at Supernova. If you guys have any questions about the game, please feel free to ask in the comments below. That's it for now, I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.